Sajjad is going to start the speech. Please welcome.
Thank you. What if I told you that every person in this room owes me 100,000 rupees and you have to pay up right now? Come on, do it. And I have documented proof here. A ledger stating all the transactions, all the money that you took from me. And now, with this, I compel you to give it back. Of course, this is the Toastmaster Bank of Islamabad, which doesn't exist. And this is a fake document. But what would make it an actual document? What stops me from accusing any one of you from doing such a thing, from demanding something that isn't mine? We have a system. We've built our societies around certainty. We have governments, we have banks, we have financial institutions which guarantee that no one does this, which guarantee that law and order is maintained. The problem is, if you can see it, those same governments and banks and corporations have proven themselves to be unreliable. Exactly 9 years ago, banks that stole from hardworking taxpayers committed crimes. Instead of being punished, those same governments rewarded them at the expense of the taxpayers. So this has to change. And instead of relying on these corporations, on these entities, is there any other way is there any system that we can replace in the 21st century? Now let's do an experiment here. So we have Toastmaster Hassan here. I give him 500 rupees. Now, do we need any banks to verify? If next week I come back and say that I gave him 500,000, I have more than 30 witnesses here who will say, no, it was 500. So we already have a system where we're not relying on a central bank, on a central body, on any corrupt government. And to make it more secure, what we can do is we can note it down, have documented proof of that transaction. And that is the concept behind blockchain. So instead of one governing body which can be unreliable, which is corruptible, we have a blockchain. Each person or each member of that network maintains a transaction log. If one person, let's say next week, one person comes up and says that no, it was a different, and I have proof, you have more than 30 other copies to discard that. And that is the whole concept behind a blockchain. Now this is all done digitally. So each node, each one of you will have a detail of that transaction which is replicated throughout the network and which is authenticated digitally. So you're not able to fake that record. Now, all those that received that paper, can you please just sign on that? Let's add another level of verification to that. Done? Now you have verified that, so you get rewarded for it. Thank you. They have just verified a transaction that I have done. So for that, for their efforts, they have been rewarded. And that is the same concept in blockchain. So can anyone name something that is built on blockchain that is becoming really famous? Bitcoin. Bitcoin, yes. I'm sure at least some of you must have heard of it. And anyone who invested in Bitcoin, even at the start of this year, is 7 times more richer. Because it has grown tremendously in price. And Wall Street is predicting that within 5 years, this technology, besides changing your whole financial system, your whole governance system, this is going to revolutionize everything, and it's going to hit $55,000 per Bitcoin within 5 years. Currently, it's around $4,200 as of today. When it comes to market capitalization, Visa is $200-something billion. Now, cryptocurrencies, they have overtaken MasterCard. Bitcoin itself is worth more than Western Union. many times more than Western Union. So this is going big. This is part of the fourth industrial revolution, which is said to radically change everything that we know. AI, blockchain, IoT, these are technologies that will revolutionize the way we do things. And blockchain plays a significant part of it. Now, Bitcoin is just something that we all know and love. And I hope that you go back and look into it, look into how you can at least invest some amount in it. A friend of mine recently decided to invest like 50 lakh on that instead of property. So this can be something really big. But there are a lot of other uses for blockchain. Voting systems, we don't need an election commission or relying on the security forces to ensure clean and fair elections. Now we can do this by using blockchain. On top of that, whether you're using Uber or Careem or any other service, e-commerce services, it makes things much simpler, much safer. And finally, you can use it to protect intellectual property. So if you have taken a photo, there are ways to verify that no one uses that photo. Now, this is just a very brief version of it. And if you would like to know more, this is where you can send Bitcoins. And that's where you can contact me. So I hope that you look into this and feel free to contact me anytime. Mr. Tim, here.